Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Baldur's Gate 3. Today we're gonna wrap up some loose ends regarding Raphael and Oliver, hopefully finishing those quests by today. Yeah. With that, let us continue.
Maybe if I just close my eyes.
Oh my god. Oh my god, and then teleport out? Okay. That worked. That somehow worked. Send to camp. Hey, Oliver.
I want to have a word.
Not back to gloat, are you? Nobody likes a bad winner.
Though shrouded in shadows, the child's resemblance to Thaniel is unmistakable. This must be his dark half, warped by the curse.
I still think you might have tricked me. If you did, I'll figure it out.
I know who you really are and where you really belong. You need to reunite with Daniel.
Spoil sport. I'm not going back. I like it here. I've made a family for myself. I get to play all the time.
Like it or not, you don't belong here.
Yes, I do. You can't make me do anything. I don't want to play with you anymore.
Back to the shadows. After him, Rastel. We need to see this through.
Shadow portal?
On my way.
Stop that! You're supposed to be safe, not breaking things. You're spoiling my fun. Stop it right now. Sorry. Why are you doing this? All I wanted to do was play. Why couldn't you just leave me alone? Why can't I just stay here playing? I had everything I've ever wanted, right here. And you've ruined it. I'm not leaving. You can't make me.
You don't have to leave. All you have to do is lend Daniel your strength? Or you have what you want, but not what you need, Daniel. He's your friend, your kin, he's you.
He's nothing to me. He left me here all this time. I had to do everything for myself. Even when it was scary, even when I was alone. I didn't give up.
Nobody's to blame here. The curse tore you two apart. Now you can be reunited.
But would he even want me back? I've changed. A lot.
Change is good. That's what growing up is all about. Together you two will become more than you were before.
So I wouldn't have to make up friends to play with anymore. I'd have someone real. I'd like that. And he would too, I think. All right, I'll do it. I want to do it. Bye. And thank you for playing with me.
I think everything's going well, though. Let's talk to...
The druid Hausen spoke to me while I was sleeping. He spoke of you. Said that you fought shadow and spite to restore me. 100 years of sickness almost ended. I feel every root that riddles the earth beginning to unfold. But there is one anchor, still holding the shadows in place. The soul that brought it into being, for the land to heal. Ketheric Thorm must die.
Alson?
Seems like a good moment to talk.
Oakfather preserve you.
I met a peer of yours, the druid Jahira. Do you know her?
only by reputation. She was present when we marched against Ketheric Thorm, but on the far end of the battle lines from where I fought. And in the chaos that ensued, well, our forces were scattered. I led some to safety, but never learned of her fate. I'm glad to hear she survived. Though in truth, I should not be surprised. She was always said to be formidable and cunning. I could have learned much from her, no doubt.
You're an archer, and you seem to admire her greatly.
There is much to admire, judging by the stories. I cannot help but wonder how she would have handled some of the challenges I faced as Archdruid. Defended the Grove, Korga, the Shadow Druids. At least now we can benefit from her presence, and perhaps work to a common goal.
You spent all these years fighting the Shadow Curse. What happens once it's lifted?
Honestly, I never thought I'd make it that far. But the Absolute is a threat to all, and I promised I'd help you with your parasite. So, I'll remain with you. If you'll have me, that is.
Of course, I only wish you'd joined me earlier.
So do I. But one duty at a time.
No problem. How am I holding up in your estimations? Okay, Shadowheart copycat.
Given the circumstances, you're faring as well as can be expected, I suppose.
I feel like I haven't gotten to know you properly yet.
It's true, and I can't imagine I helped with that. Sometimes I let the task at hand consume me, and people think I'm obsessed. Trust me, the day I no longer have to talk about the Shadow Curse will be a happy one. What would you like to know?
How did you come to be a druid?
I had a friend when I was young, long ago. He played with me in the forests where I grew up. But eventually, I realized no one else had heard of him. It was Thaniel, of course. Nature was my very first friend. I get older, but he hasn't changed a day. I knew then that I had to be more than a companion to him. I had to be a protector.
Don't take this the wrong way, but you're quite large for an elf.
I am? Trust me, it's been said. You show more restraint than most in avoiding the subject until now.
Any idea how that came to about?
Who's to say? Perhaps there's a half-orc buried somewhere in my ancestry. Or perhaps not. Sometimes I think conventional wisdom is too narrow about what someone can or cannot be. Stranger things have most certainly happened.
Do you have people out there, family, friends, a lover perhaps?
You're not a doppelganger, are you? Trying to study me to learn all my secrets so you can take my place? Save for me, my line perished a long time ago. They rest in High Forest now, near the shade of the grandfather tree. The Grove became my family, with Sylvanas as my teacher. And now I have you.
I'm sorry for your loss.
It was a long time ago. The wounds don't heal, but they become more bearable.
You didn't answer the part about lovers, though.
I'm 350 years old. Of course there have been lovers. Just because I love nature doesn't mean I'm betrothed to it. Though sometimes nature needs reminding.
Hold on, nature means reminding of what exactly?
Well, I didn't pick this scar up in battle. I was in wild shape. Only I forgot it was the season when bears are particularly social. A she-bear claimed me as her own and did not appreciate being spurned.
Don't leave me hanging. Is there someone in your life right now?
Right now, I bed down alone, I'm afraid. Perhaps once I talk less of curses and parasites, my fortunes will improve.
Okay. Tell me something about yourself that I wouldn't even think to ask.
I suppose you wouldn't be shocked to learn I love animals and nature?
Wow.
I know. Well-trodden territory. Well then, let's see. I whittle in my spare time, and I've something of a sweet tooth. Although everyone's very amused when I say I like honey.
So you turn into a bear and you like honey, a little on the nose?
I like what I like. Once you get to my age, you realize there's little point in denying yourself, so long as others aren't affected.
Whittling, what do you make?
Ornaments, utensils, and ducks. I like ducks.
Okay. Thank you for sharing.
Thank me by returning the favor, why don't you? Come on. I'm sure you've something better than carving wooden ducks.
I live in mortal fear of krakens, though I've never actually seen one.
Well, they are fierce creatures from what I understand. But as long as you avoid the high seas, I think you can consider yourself safe.
That's enough for now.
Anytime.
What happened before when the Shadow Curse was unleashed?
Druids and Harpers joined together to put a stop to Ketheric Thorm. We marched on Moonrise, and after much fighting, we prevailed. Even in defeat, though, Ketheric turned to Shah. Not long after we sealed him away in his tomb, the Shadow Curse took hold. No one had seen the likes of it before. No one knew how to react. Then it started to claim all those within its reach. Those who had survived the battles now fell to the shadows, became part of the shadows. And worst of all, I lost contact with Thaniel. I wanted to try and find him, but we couldn't stay. We would have all succumbed. When the Archdruid of the Grove, my predecessor, was seized by the curse, I had to lead the survivors to safety. That was my first day as Archdruid. An inauspicious beginning.
I mean... inauspicious sounds like you did what you had to do and saved lives.
You are right, but I must not lose focus until everything has been put right. I've wasted too much time already. Years in which nature has suffered.
So you have nothing to say about Thaniel?
Oakfather preserve you.
Thaniel?
Ketheric's soul still nourishes the shadows. Destroy him, so the land may heal. So that I may heal.
Is he the embodiment of nature? I'm getting that vibe, low-key. Okay, so really quick for this next part with Raphael and a little bit further down the line that I'm aware of, we need a star in because this is really important to his story. So we're just gonna do that, and we're gonna replace him with Lae'zel, and then, you know, do that whole thing. Yeah.
Need something?
I need you in my party. Will you travel with us?
Perhaps if you lost a follower or two. I prefer to travel in smaller groups. It's more intimate.
Lae'zel will leave.
Excellent. Now that that's settled, lead on.
Okay, first off, let's upgrade Astarion. No point.
Ugh, I hate swamps. The place reeks. Probably full of bloodsuckers as well.
Shadowheart. See any movement out there?
You wound me.
Living without sunlight isn't so bad, Astarion. Where I came from, we would often work exclusively under cover of darkness.
Yes, but you chose darkness. I was cast into it. The sun was banished from my life. Forbidden. And we all lust after the forbidden, don't we?
Billy Greed, Fey Wild Bell.
Ring, ring! Oonta scooter! You look like you want to say the magic words, like they're right on the tip of your lips.
Oh, my lovely Dolly Thrice, who is very sweet and nice, won't you assist your humble friend so I won't meet my cursed end?
I sure love it when they beg.
Our hero thought but of treasure ahead, did not consider the peace of the dead. Through the dark he went creeping, and awoke what was sleeping. A new grave they dug, which he himself fed.
That didn't rhyme.
Ooh, spooky.
A warning, no less. Don't tell me you're worried about me. I want to do the second one, though. Screw it. A warning, no less. Don't tell me you're worried about me.
Merely protecting my assets. I've grown quite fond of you, you know, in my way. I thought it only fair to warn you about the dangers ahead.
What dangers are those?
Oh, we both know they are soon to be revealed. It would be pointless of me to try to bar you from entering. But I can set the scene, as it were. Prepare you for your role.
Oh, fine. Paint me a picture.
There is a stage down in the dark upon which a great drama has suspended itself in time. Its actors dwell there still, mired in the languor of their long, tired scenes. If you, however, through the dark, go creeping and awake what is sleeping, chances are many more graves than yours alone will soon be fed.
Paint me a clearer picture than that.
Very well. There is a creature that lurks in silence and shadow. A creature who, like me, is very much of the infernal persuasion. Should it make its way out through the very doors you are about to brazenly swing open, you'll have unleashed a pestilence upon this realm. In truth, it is carnage incarnate. So if you meet the devil of which I speak, kill it. Consider no other course of action.
You're still only telling me half of what you really know. I can tell.
This creature and I go back a long way. I admit it would be in my best interest as well should it remain trapped in the dark. Or misplace its head, perhaps?
What are we talking here? Lemur? Pit fiend? Orthon?
Getting warmer. Warmer. Hot.
Are you afraid of this creature, Raphael?
Listen here, Pipsqueak. Do not underestimate this opponent. At best, you will have the blink of an eye to strike. Strike first, strike true, defy the odds, for they are distinctly in its favor. That much I owe the bastard to concede.
Wait. Before you go, I have a proposal of my own.
A proposal? If you're hoping to taste my blood, little vampling, think again. It burns hotter than wyvern whiskey.
This is serious business, devil. Well, a long time ago, someone carved some runes into my back. I'd rather like to know what they say.
It's something of great importance to your master. But is it a love letter, a warning, or a deed of ownership? I can give you all the gory details, and I will, once the beast that lurks below is vanquished and sent back to the hells.
Deal will help you if you help Astarion.
Then we have an understanding. I look forward to our next meeting. Scars often tell such wonderful stories. I think yours might be truly exquisite.
Astarion,
Need something?
are you really going to trust that devil to keep his word if we kill this Orthon?
I'd trust a devil over a vampire any day. I think he likes us.
I like him too. I'd never say it to a smarmy face.
Perhaps if we kill this Orthon extra bloody, he'll invite us for tea and brandy back in his house.
Okay. Shadowheart.
Already feeling better.
These lands may not be under the thrall of Lady Shah for much longer. No matter. She wishes for Ketheric Thorn to be punished. Her darkness was a blessing offered before he betrayed her. She can redirect her powers elsewhere once he is cast down.
Our truth and
Ooh, spooky.
until it was perfect. I've grown quite fond of you, you know, in my way. Hells.
What are you talking about, Astarion? What scars?
You haven't told them, and you've kept your clothes on this whole time. How unlike you. Why not let them see? Don't be shy.
Oh.
God damn it.
Don't pout, Spawn. Just destroy the beast, and I'll happily reveal your secrets instead of your skin.
Yes, fine. We'll kill this damn creature of yours.
Then we have an understanding. I look forward to our next meeting.
Does he get his clothes back?
Scars often tell such wonderful stories. I think yours might be truly exquisite.
Well, now you know.
Gods, the carvings must have been excruciating.
Cazador worked on it from dusk until dawn, all with an ancient blade he called his needle. Cutting and tearing, starting over if I screamed or winced too much. It was a rough night. But what's done is done. So how about we stop discussing it and just kill this beast? Although I should probably get dressed first.
Astarion?
Need something?
Are you really going to trust that devil for keeping his word if we kill this Orthon?
I'd trust a devil over a vampire any day. Perhaps if we kill this Orthon extra bloody, he'll invite us for tea and brandy back in his house.
I can't believe you hid those scars from me.
You never asked me to take my shirt off. I always thought they were a sign of my humiliation. I never realized there might be more to them. But Raphael told us he can make the impossible come true. I have to try my luck.
You don't need to bear burdens like this alone.
Thank you. Honestly, though, I was just trying not to think about them. But there's a lead now.
Sigils. Attempts to restrain Lady Shah's power, perhaps. Failed attempts.
Mausoleum entrance, guys.
Lee, Zirel, Minthara, whoever you are, leave. I shall carry out General Form's will alone.
Herald of Balthazar.
Not wanted, not needed. Leave. This place is not for you. Go no farther. The work must not be interrupted. Away! All is at hand. Your presence is not required.
Better not be cursed.
Bone sculpture.
Ketheric Thorm dishonored the very bones of his ancestors to make this totem to Merkel. Ketheric Thorm's forebears. He defiled their remains so he could pay homage to Merkel.
Plaque.
Here lies Melodia Thorm, beloved wife and mother. E Amiel Telere Manon here.
Bones everywhere. Someone's been engaging in dark rituals here.
A totem dedicated to Merkel. Ketheric Thorm ransacked the graves of his ancestors to honor his new god.
What happens if I interact with temple map?
Looks like there's a temple under this place. And something deadly sealed inside it. An open
There's
tomb.
more to this place.
Empty.
I'm sure of it.
Not
Lady
ominous in the
Shah's presence
slightest.
is near.
Susun Elg Ola.
Easy. This place is hungry for blood. Isabel's grave. Before Ketheric wrenched her back into the land of the living.
We have Moonrise. I should probably look at these paintings first.
That bright tower, it's Moonrise. Or it used to be. Looks like that elf lost someone dear to him. Whoever that elf is, he's got an army of Shah worshippers at his command.
That disc must be the way forward.
Where will it bring us, though?
Let us use the traversal gem. The Gauntlet of Shar.
A Sharan structure. Going by the design.
Shah, singer of eternal night, protector of the lost and forgotten. Cross from light into darkness. Give your life to the shadows. Offer your pain to Shah's embrace. Hear the night song. The answer lies in darkness.
Does that literally mean like we have to turn off our torches or something?
Shah's warriors must not record, must not be tricked. Only loss awaits the unworthy.
A voice. Is that Shah herself who speaks? What the hells was that?
The Dark Lady's path lies in darkness. Perhaps that is how I can proceed.
Oh. So now we can turn it off, right? Black.
The rain of night comes in 1,000 falling leaves.
Someone doesn't like visitors.
No time for dally.
Umbral gem?
Welcome, child. Follow my voice and prove your worth.
Let's look at this plaque.
In darkness, beauty is equal and wealth unseen.
I do like it down here. It's nice. Homey.
This is a dedication to my goddess's power and dark beauty. Homey is not the first word that comes to mind.
Reconstituted. Okay, well, we just did an autosave.
You do not belong here.
Your mind upends. Somehow, in the decayed soup of this creature's brain, a tadpole lives. Another presence nurtures it, manipulates it like a puppet.
No.
Shar?
You do not belong. This is the Dark Lady's house. She is no use for old, faithless bones.
You plunder. You meddle. You upset my plans. Leave.
I've heard of making instruments out of bones, but this is just ridiculous.
Bones! They are more than bones. More than flesh. More than skin, blood, hair, and piss. They are more. They are mine. Now leave before... Stupid worm-infested cockhead! You have awoken the shadows! My forces are split. The defenses are thin. Rally on me. A wall of bone and blade against the darkness. Now!
Why did Lady Star's dead attack? Am I being tested?
Don't touch me.
Rat.
Speak up.
Unworthy. Unworthy to walk among friendly bones. Leave.
Calm down, what are you talking about?
Talking of you. Intruder. Invader. Unworthy one. These halls are not for you.
Back off or I'll be scraping your guts off my heel in a moment. I don't think that's very nice.
Try it. A lot more guts than you'd expect. A lot more.
Attack? I mean... Rat.
You kill many, but many remain. Stop! Spare our lives or face my teeth and claws. Every little death fills my head with more thoughts. It's too much. Too painful. Kill one more of us and you will pay.
You're no ordinary rat, are you? None of you are.
An ordinary rat alone. But together, something more. Some remember turning away from the sun. Some remember donning a black cloak. Some remember plunging a blade into an innocent heart. But we all remember a name. Lethindor. We share who he was.
Are you telling me you're one person turned to a sworn number of rats? How can that be?
It shouldn't be. We should be one long dead. Instead, we are many. Scurrying, hiding, surviving. We are just crumbs of a life. Harmless nothings. Unless you test us. Leave us in peace.
Leave. I mean, I kind of did kill the rats. Plaque.
Brave the gauntlet of Lady Shah. Test body, mind, and spirit with her trials. Glory awaits the few who succeed.
Rat?
Very well.
We outnumber you. Leave me be.
I'm not gonna lie.
There's something out there. I can feel it.
Maragon? These guys. Oh, heck no. Okay. Rat?
Unworthy of dark cloak. Unworthy of dark fur. Unworthy.
That's a mean old rat. Wonder what's bothering it.
Animal Hunt. Study the rat's behavior.
The rat holds its ground. It almost seems defiant.
Consider the rat's tone and a choice of words.
The rat isn't merely territorial, it's proud. This place means a great deal to it.
Seems this place is important to you. Why?
We've always been here. It's ours. We watch over it. You do not belong.
Are you really being waylaid by a snack? Let's just look around. Vermin be damned.
Leave. Away. My nest. My dark.
Rat?
This is the path of heroes. Your feet sully it.
You're just a rat. Is it really wise to stand up to me?
We are small, but many. Leave, or see what happens. 2 legs, too familiar.
Rat?
Join an army, became an army. Leave!
So much blood. What the hells has been happening here?
Let's do Orthon's bed.
A bed made of corpses. Disgusting and uncomfortable.
Zealot of the Absolute. Mirror?
The mirrors here seem to not reflect light, but devour it.
Shah's spirit lingers here. The air's thick with lies and trickery.
Shah's domain indeed.
despair and discarded memories lurking in every shadow.
Something in the air down here. It's like this place wants to be forgotten.
The Gauntlet of Shah. I can't believe it. I can't believe we found the Dark Lady's sacred crucible.
What do you think of it?
Overwhelming. Worship of Lady Shah is usually discreet by nature. Her holy sites have to be modest, well hidden. But that place... I never knew such grandeur had been built in her honor.
This is a place you could be... where you could become a Dark Justiciar. Your dream may soon be realized.
I know. I can scarcely believe it's real. But I saw it with my own eyes. Felt the polished stone walls raised in Lady Shah's honor. Normally, it would not be for me to pursue becoming a Dark Justiciar without a superior's command. But this is different. My lady wanted me to find this place. I know it.
Tell me what you know of the place.
The Gauntlet of Shah is no ordinary temple. It is the highest test of the Dark Lady's faithful, to judge if they are worthy of becoming a Dark Justiciar. The Gauntlet has double meaning. It speaks of the ordeals to be overcome, and of the armor-clad fist of Lady Shah that would embrace the worthy. Survive the crushing gauntlet, and be embraced by the Night Singer at its very core. The old ways were lost over time. Now some claim the rank simply by killing a single saloon knight. But before, they were a true elite. Many would attempt the trials, but few would succeed.
Okay.
I feel the weave growing more distant by the moment. We walk Shah's path now. Best we don't spend too long in her shadow.
This temple certainly is grand. Well, it's a rundown bearing the weight of centuries sort of grand, which is my favorite kind, incidentally.
You worked on his den, aren't you pleased?
The Orthon is nothing. I'll have my satisfaction when Raphael makes good on his word.
Where do you think... Or repeat after... No. Where do you think we can find him?
In an old pair of boots, in an abandoned outhouse, in my own bedroll. The devil turns up where it pleases him, but we're bound to run into him soon.
A temple dedicated to Shah. More than a temple, perhaps. A proving ground. This must be where Ketheric Thorm grew his dark-cloaked ranks.
Okay. Alrighty, let us read the readables that we've collected this episode. First, we're starting with Judge of the Damned. An excerpt from the book in which Iphigin Mogros discusses the strange theistic history of mortals becoming gods. There have been many lords of death who cast judgment upon souls lost and found alike. Among them was Kelemvor, a hard man of harder convictions. As a mortal man, he was a mercenary with a paladin's stoic beliefs hidden under a crust of scowls and grumbles. As Lord of Death, he was forced to mellow both aspect of himself, for the impulses of a man and a god are not consummate. Mortals are allowed caprice, but immortality wears that stone smooth quickly, and Kelemvor chose cool prudence over cold malice. Surgeon and Physiology, a Sharon's Primer. Every page of this medical text is crisp and unblemished, and every quill stroke is precise. Sharon aphorisms and general philosophies accompany the explicit diagrams and surgical guidelines. Only with sacrifice is mastery gained. So has Our Lady said, and so I say to you, dearest reader, the darkness is infinite. But a master's teachings are not. When his wisdom is exhausted and his pupils fully versed, there shall come time for one final lesson. He will become the subject fully laid bare for his students to consult, examine, and dissect. The sisters shall one day know me, first in whole, last in part. Only then will they be masters. Therapeutics. An excerpt from Margaret O.G.'s Therapeutics. Discussion with the Oniromancer yield nothing of merit so far. New incense and hallucinogens trigger nothing. Another fruitless day. Something's happened. The Oniromancer ingested something one of her own clients recommended. She refuses to divulge the name of the substance, but her dreams were scrawled on the near blank canvas as we'd intentioned. Here's what the painting shows. Depictions follow of weird, lumbering shapes sailing over cities, metal windmills attached to their sides, and here oblongs fitted with wheels tearing locomotive across a track, and here a mechanized person waving directly at the viewer. Weird. A stained book. A small note is squeezed onto the margins of a tome detailing necromantic rites. General Thorm's orders were clear. In order to find what lies beyond this mausoleum, one must walk in his own footsteps, deed by deed, from splendor to tragedy to infamy, as he put it. B. I wonder who B is. Diary of Ketheric Thorm, Volume 1. A journal spanning years, beginning with the birth of a child and ending with what appears to be a series of dateless tragedies. How can she be gone? Where did she go? The Moon Maiden cannot be so unfeeling, so cruel, not towards her most devoted servant, not after Melodia, his wife. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. I won't survive it. That much I know. Forgetting is the only possibility, the embrace of oblivion, the reprieve of nothingness. It would not be possible for a man to survive knowing what he knows, knowing what can be lost. Shar understands that. Hers is the only mercy I can comprehend. My mind is full of holes, yet not enough. The emptiness, the time, the nothingness, and still I remember it all. There is no mercy in this beating heart. There is no mercy in life at all. Diary of Ketheric Thorm, Volume 2. Forgetting evades me in this infinite darkness. Balthazar is my own source of the barest comfort, the thought that perhaps she might be brought back to me. If oblivion can fall, what defense have we against death? None except its mastery. Balthazar's words have never felt more promising. The Diary of Ketheric Thorm, Volume 3. Melodia would understand if she knew my aim. She, too, I believe, would have turned to Mercule under such conditions as these. Our darling will live again. What kind of man would I be if I didn't raise the world entirely for her sake? Okay. Temple map. A hand-drawn map shows the Gauntlet of Shar. Its labyrinthian tangles of chambers and passageways stretch across multiple levels, with a vast statue of Shar dominating the central hall. Here and there are aside, written a jagged spidery hand, Balthazar's exploratory note. Intact wing proving grounds, ruined wing, something present there. Strange sounds reported. Rats. Why so many damnable rats? Instructions from B. Pay close attention. Investigate strange singing. Ascertain any connection to the relic. Do not deviate. Do not fail. Return promptly. B. Maybe B is like Balthazar? I'm not too sure. Alrighty. Let's send these books away. Send to camp.
Do you know what happens when a devil is struck down on this charming plane of existence? It returns to the hells, to the very point where it last stood before venturing to whichever devil-forsaken plane it died on. In the case of our friend Yrgir, the Orthon you so handily dispatched in the Temple of Shar, he manifested in my House of Hope. He returned to me chastened but intact, his wounds healed, his body restored. He thought I would dismember him. but he has his uses. So instead, I am re-educating him.
We delivered the devil. Now I want what I'm owed. We had a deal.
Indeed, we did. I discovered all there is to know about those scars of yours. It's a rather grim tale. Even for my tastes.
Stop stalling.
As you wish. Brace yourself, Astarion. We're about to unveil your destiny. Carved into that ivory skin of yours is one part of an infernal contract between the archdevil Mephistopheles and your former master, Cazador Za. In full, the contract states that Cazador will be granted knowledge of an infernal ritual so vile it has never been performed. The rite of profane ascension. It promises to be a marvelous ceremony, very elaborate, incredibly ancient, and entirely diabolical. If he completes the rite, he will become a new kind of being, the Vampire Ascendant. All the strengths of his vampiric form will be amplified, and alongside them he will enjoy the luxuries of the living. The arousals and appetites of man will return to him, and unlike Astarion, he will have no need of a parasite to protect him from the sun.
What's
But
vile
the
about it?
ritual has its price, as all worthwhile things do. Lord Cazador will need to sacrifice a number of souls, including all of his vampiric spawn, if he is to ascend. Imagine how he felt then, when one of those precious spawns simply disappeared into thin air. The only missing ingredient is Astarion. You are the final piece he requires to complete the ritual. Your scars bind you to it. Your soul will set off a very wave of death, bringing Cazador his twisted life. And that, my tragic and toothsome friend, is that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have business elsewhere.
Cazador's a piece of shit. We're gonna stop him.
Do you think it's so simple?
You'll never be free while Cazador lives.
I hate how right you are. I knew he wouldn't leave me alone, even when I was just another wretched toy for him to play with. But if I'm the key to this power he craves, he'll hunt me to the ends of Faerun. I need to take the fight to him, and I need you to help me.
Of course I'll help. We'll hunt him down and kill him.
Thank you.
Full-fledged vampires are not so easily slain. Astarion's master will be no exception. Fortunate for him, slaying monstrous fanatics is a pastime of ours.
Our very own vampire's the missing pawn in his master's deadly game. Now, how about we go and reverse Cazador's fortunes?
Wish I could say I was surprised about Cazador's pact. Where blood, death, and betrayal parade, you can bet your ass a devil is riding Grand Marshal. We're going to keep Astarion safe. On my life, Cazador won't touch him.
It seems like Cazador used Astarion's flesh not as a canvas, but as a contract. We haven't heard the last of this, I'll wager.
I can't imagine how Astarion must be feeling. The terms of your own condemnation carved into your skin. A monster's actions. And monsters do not deserve such power as that ritual promised. When the time comes, Astarion will have his revenge, I'm sure. And it will be richly deserved. But not yet. So, what can I do for you?
Need something?
What do you intend to do about Cazador's ritual?
Before anything else, I need to know where it's happening. To the public, Cazador is an ordinary noble. A little reclusive, perhaps, but just another of the great and the good of Baldur's Gate. He has a grand palace on the hills of the gate, where he hosts the city's high society. I don't know if he performed the ritual there. It feels too public. He'd risk exposure.
The giant gothic monstrosity has been inhibited by vampires this whole time?
I know. Subtle, isn't it?
Oh. Raphael's playing a dangerous game, giving you... No. We should ask around once in the city. Maybe someone's heard something?
I hope so. Because I'm not striking another deal with Raphael. Knows what he'd demand this time. But if the citizens of Baldur's Gate don't know anything, my brothers and sisters might. Cazador is a master of secrets, but the other spawn must have seen something.
Alrighty, I think we did a lot, so let's just leave it off right here. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, I'm glad. We explored a decent chunk of the... Well, we explored the entirety of the Gauntlet, and we pretty much finished off... Well, not... Why am I saying finished off? We started exploring the Sharan Temple. We did some of the Astarion's mission. So, yeah. Without any further ado, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye!